Hello again, and welcome to day number 104. 104. My name is Mary, and today's story is Saul's jealousy. After David had slain the giant, he was brought before King Saul, still holding the giant's head. Saul took David into his own house and made him an officer of his soldiers. David was as wise and brave in the army as he had been when facing the giant, and very soon he was in command of 1,000 men who all loved him. When David was returning from his battle with the Philistines, the women of Israel came to meet him, singing, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s." This made Saul very angry, for he was a jealous, suspicious man. He thought of Samuel saying that God would take the kingdom from him and give it to someone more worthy of it. He began to think that perhaps this young man might try to make himself king. Saul became very sad and depressed, raving around the house, talking like a crazy man. But this time, the others knew David was a musician, and they called him to play on his harp and sing before the troubled king. But in his madness, Saul would not listen to David's voice. Twice he knew his spear at him, but each time David leaped aside and the spear went into the wall of the house. Saul was afraid of David, for he saw the Lord was with him. He wanted David dead, but did not dare kill him because everybody loved him. Saul said to himself, "Though I cannot kill him myself, I can have him killed by the Philistines." And he sent David out on many dangerous errands of war. But each time David came home safely. One day Saul said, "I will give you my daughter, Merab, for your wife, if you will fight the Philistines for me." David fought the Philistines, but when he came home from war, he found that Merab, who had been promised to him, had been given to another man. Saul had another daughter named Michal, who loved David. So Saul sent word to David saying, "You shall have Michal, my daughter, for your wife, when you have killed 100 Philistines." David went out, fought the Philistines, and killed 200 of them, and Saul gave him Michal as his wife. But he was all the more afraid of David as he saw him growing in power and drawing nearer to the throne of the kingdom. Unlike his father, Saul's son, Jonathan, loved David with all his heart. It saddened Jonathan that his father was so jealous of David. He spoke to his father about it, saying, "Don't harm David. He has been faithful to you and has done great things for the kingdom. Why should you kill an innocent man?" For a while, Saul listened to Jonathan, even making a promise not to hurt David. And that was the word of the Lord. Now we come to our discussion questions. Number 1. Why did Saul make David an officer over his soldiers? Why did Saul make David an officer over his soldiers? Number 2. How did Saul feel when people praised David more than they praised him? How did Saul feel when people praised David more than they praised him? Number 3. What did Saul try to do to David? What did Saul try to do to David? Number 4. Who loved David? Who loved David? And that was the end of our questions today. So I thank you for being there, for viewing, and for listening. May God bless us all. Till next time. Thank you. Bye for now.